Hello friends, today I want to present you a horror story about a cursed boy named Victor. Leave in the comments what you think. The Ghost of the Cursed Miner. In the mist-shrouded forest of Eastern Europe, nestled deep within the Carpathian Mountains, lies an abandoned coal mine known to locals as the Black Vein. Its ominous name comes not only from the rich coal deposits once harvested there, but from the dark and terrifying legend that haunts its depths. This is the story of a boy named Victor, whose soul was forever damned during the First World War. A story of desperation, a cursed stone, and a malevolent spirit that still wanders the tunnels, seeking vengeance. It was the brutal winter of 1916 when Viktor Pavlov, a 16-year-old boy from a small village in western Ukraine, was captured by Russian forces during one of their many raids. His parents, like many others, were slaughtered, and Viktor was dragged away, bound and beaten. The Russians, desperate for labor to fuel their war effort, sent him and other prisoners of war to the harsh coal mines deep within Russian territory. The Black Vein mine was notorious even among the workers for its treacherous conditions. The air was thick with coal dust, and the tunnel seemed to reach down to the very bowels of the earth. Men worked to the brink of death, with only brief moments of rest, all under the watchful eyes of cruel overseers. Victor worked tirelessly, his body withering under the relentless toil. One day, deep within the mine, his pickaxe struck something unusual, something that sparkled amidst the blackness. It was a small, shining stone, unlike any coal or mineral he had ever seen. The stone emitted a faint, eerie light, and when Victor touched it, he felt a strange, cold sensation ripple through his body. As the days passed, Victor noticed that he was becoming obsessed with the stone. It seemed to whisper to him, promising him escape, freedom, and power. The more he listened, the more he believed it was his only way out of the hellish mine. One night, driven by desperation and the stone's whispers, Victor performed a ritual taught to him by a fellow prisoner, an old man rumored to be a witch doctor. Victor offered his soul to the stone in exchange for freedom. As soon as the ritual was completed, Victor felt a dark force consume him, a force that gave him the strength and the will to do the unthinkable. Fueled by this newfound power, Victor turned on his captors and fellow prisoners alike. His eyes, once filled with the fear of a boy, were now hollow and void of any humanity. Armed with nothing but a pickaxe, he slaughtered every person in the mine, one by one. Their screams echoed through the tunnels, but no one came to help, no one could. By the time the morning sun crept over the horizon, the Black Vein mine was a tomb. The bodies of the dead lay scattered, and Victor, covered in blood, stood alone among the carnage, but his freedom came at a terrible cost. As the last breath of the final victim escaped into the cold air, Victor realized the true nature of the stone's curse. His soul was no longer his own. It was bound to the mine, cursed to remain within its dark corridors for all eternity. For decades, the mine remained sealed, abandoned by the living. The locals began to speak of strange occurrences, of ghostly apparitions and chilling screams that echoed from the depths of the Black Vein. According to legend, Victor's spirit was trapped in the mine, doomed to relive his final night of bloodshed over and over again. Every night at 3 a.m., the time when the massacre began, Victor's ghost would emerge from the shadows. His spectral form, still clutching the cursed pickaxe, roams the tunnels, searching for survivors, driven by the same desperation that once consumed him. It's said that those unlucky enough to be in the mine at that hour can hear the sound of metal striking stone, followed by the faint whispers of the cursed soul seeking to drag others into his endless torment. Over the years, those who dared to enter the mine after dark often vanished without a trace. Locals believe that Victor's spirit claimed them, adding their souls to his endless, nightmarish existence. The cursed stone was never found again, its whereabouts unknown, but the legend lives on, a chilling reminder of the horrors that took place in the Black Vein mine. To this day, the Black Vein remains untouched, shunned by those who live nearby. The entrance is sealed, marked by a single warning carved into the stone: asterisk, beware the cursed miner. Death awaits those who enter at the stroke of 3. Asterisk, but the most frightening part of the story is not the ghost itself, but the knowledge that somewhere in the darkness, Victor still waits, trapped by the very freedom he sought, forever searching for the one who can finally end his suffering. So if you ever find yourself near the Carpathian Mountains, and the night is quiet, remember this tale. And if you hear the distant clink of a pickaxe at 3 a.m., run, for Victor is near, and he is searching for more souls to join him in his eternal nightmare.